Alright everyone, welcome back to Feda. So, we are scaling this bridge. Well, not really scaling, crossing, I suppose. I can just keep them here for now. Alright, now we can get everyone else shielded. Okay, who wants that kill? Actually, I'm not gonna bring him up just yet. That was probably overkill, but whatever. I think I'll have him sit tight for now. Eris, though, you go hide over here. I think that's probably where you're safest. Okay. No, Dora's not gonna be able to kill it, but someone else can damage it. Like Ein. He's gonna need some healing. I mean, he doesn't need it, but he could probably use it. Ah, damn it. Come on. Okay, Ein's looking good. Who wants a kill? Can't really get anyone in there. Fire Breath. It's just a stormtrooper? Yeah. I think I'm just gonna ignore the stormtrooper and wave impulse one of these Cyclopses. Alright, I can have Richard take out the Stormtrooper, because he might actually get some sort of experience for killing it. Because he's still very low level. Yeah, it's not nothing, but it's also not great. Alright, maybe that wasn't smart. Alright, Richard, just some more experience. Who still needs experience? Dora. gonna kill him? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, and you crit. Oh, wow, the crit didn't even do it. You know what? Richard, you finish him off. $25, that's it? Okay, let's head inside. Attention, invaders from the Balformian Empire. We are the Arcadian Liberation Army. You are hereby ordered to vacate this palace and withdraw from the Lake Cool District. This mandate will be executed immediately, with the penalty of death should you refuse. Wow, old man, you sound official as hell. Is this one of those propaganda battles? Shush, Ein, so I could hear the reply. Still feel like a glorified messenger boy? Well, I don't exactly see a mass exodus underway. Alright, enter the palace. We'll rendezvous at the staircase in the center of the main hall. Oh, another one. We're gonna move them all. Oh, God. Alright, well, they're gonna be whipping around this way. So I'm gonna have to head them off. And then we got wyverns over here. I'm probably gonna have to split them up. Take out all the flying dudes. I can leave the cannons alone. They're not gonna really do much. Alright, first things first. That should be fine, right? Yeah, probably fine. Alright, I'll send the healer with them. Actually, the people I magicked up I'm going to send this way, so... Okay, and I'll send the rest of them the other way. Alright. Start, plowing through these wyverns. First things first. Ooh, 15 damage. How do I want to do this? I mean, I could just have Royce finish it off. Probably what'll do. Alright, get him healed up. Alright, Dora needs some kills here. Well, Shishi, you could probably just kill this guy in one hit. But let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ein, are you gonna kill this guy in one hit? Yeah, you are. Alright. Dora might be fast becoming obsolete. Well, I mean, either that or she just needs a better weapon. Well, let's see if Dora can get a kill here. No. But Dora can in the next turn. Alright, that should be a kill. Yeah, there we go. I got 7 for that? Alright, now Dan can get this kill. Okay. Well, this will do a whole lot of nothing, so just wasted that turn. Alright, who needs a kill? Well, Dora needs a kill. There we go, Dora finally gained the level. Okay. Oh, they already moved. Okay. Yeah, it's about to start storming here, so some thunder might come through. We'll see. Yeah, I can just ignore the healer. What I will do is I'll paralyze those guns. That way when Eris is passing through, she'll be safe. Wasn't affected. Great. I guess you can't paralyze them. We'll be fine. We'll just move really fast. Yeah, I'm gonna keep Brian here just because he's gonna draw attacks. I could sneak the others through. Just in case. Alright, just figured I'd try. Alright, so I can get her to safety now. Oh, the door is not safe. Fortunately, they're out of attacks. Okay, almost there. Alright. Whew. I'll take 50 experience, though. It's a big boost. I have been waiting for you, young warriors, since we first met at the Skull Desert Temple. Yes, I remember. You said come to me. Did you know we were headed this way? Not for sure, because nothing is ever certain on Mildred Scars, but I felt a strong premonition. My name is... I am... Omat Axalasis, the uncle of General Cobalt, the Empire's strongman in Scudelia. What? That's right. Now that you know my biggest secret, I need you to listen for a minute. Your name's Brian, correct? Alright, considering who I am, I have a most unusual request. I want you to stop my nephew, Cobalt, before his dark, twisted ambitions destroy Mildred Scars. So if you're a Gulnarium, what does all of this mean? I don't understand anything. That includes your apparition-like appearance in the Skull Temple, the Executor Sword, also the source and ascendancy of your Gulnarium race, the Empire. I could go on and on. Other than Balformia's ambitions to conquer Mildred Scars, why has Scudelia become the battlefield? Balformia is just a convenient tool, a starting point. Have you heard of the Four Sages? Of course. It's the ultimate doomsday weapon, unleashed during the Millennium War. But no one is sure if it really happened or if it's propaganda the Gulnarium used to terrorize. Propaganda? If that was the case, how do you explain the sudden rise of the Gulnarium? No one can answer that for sure because the war raged so long, many accounts were lost. But people accept that the Phantom Zone, with thousands of barren islands in the ocean, actually exists. This area of near-total devastation lies just east of Balformia, the Faucian continent and motherland of the Empire. Yes, and the records mention the capital of a human-centered superpower in that region, a large continent that once led Mildred Scars in all fields of multi-species endeavors. But now, as we know, no life exists in the Phantom Zone, not even a single blade of grass. That's because someone employed the Four Sages, also known as the End of Times weapon. Or maybe the aggressor used but one of its four components, the outcome being obvious. The obliteration of an entire continent due to the explosive energy of the Executor Sword. At some point, the Gulnarium species somehow spawned or originated in that region. Evidence suggests that the predecessors of my Gulnarium species were the culprits. The ones who employed the Four Sages and Frank Bented an entire continent. But we don't really know when our mutation occurred, resulting in our present form. It could have been either before or after someone wielded the ultimate doomsday weapon. Tell us more about this ultimate weapon legend. The literal translation reads, the chosen convicts fabricated 4 all-powerful artifacts, for the purpose of remaking Mildred Scars and... Stop right there, Mr. Pope? None of this is making any sense to me. Which part, my energetic young warrior? All of it. Who chose this bunch? And why convicts? Were they criminals or just Gulnariums? It's metaphorical, but I'll offer my interpretation. The Who is likely a supernatural evil being. As for convicts, anyone can be a prisoner, perhaps in a cell or even inside his own narrow mind. More bullshit, your popeness. Is it really? Think, man. Some are calling your friend Brian a hero. Do you agree? Hell yeah. Doesn't he prove it on the battlefield time and time again? Okay, did you not break him out of a prison cell as a convicted criminal sentenced to death? Yeah. And even though your exploits have been heroic, haven't some of you been reluctant heroes? What can I say? We didn't come to Scudelia seeking fame. It just sort of happened. That's besides the point. But do you really believe it was just random? Consider this first. Hero or convict? It's a matter of point of view and who wrote the history book. But over time, the litmus test boils down to justice versus tyranny, and good versus evil. Man, this shit is so heavy, my head hurts. Mine too, sometimes. But I am carrying most of that heavy load inside of my heart. So that bit about remaking the world, one man's remake may be another man's devastation? You've got it, except God may be the one who ultimately remakes or destroys Mildred Scars. Damn, words don't always mean what they say, do they? Amen, brother. So I believe I have it too. The Executor Sword is just one of the 4 sages, and Nephew Cobalt has been corrupted by an ancient supernatural being who is not God, following the footsteps of his convict forebears, whose labors he plans to harness, by turning Scudelia into a new Phantom Zone. I can't confirm that is Cobalt's precise objective, I just know he is slumped to the dark side. Something ominous is brewing, but if you stop Cobalt, all of your bases will be covered. What about the missing 3 components of the 4 sages? You haven't identified those. Unknown at this time, but since we're dealing with sets of 4s... Yes, the 4 Commodores must figure into Cobalt's plot in some manner. Exactly, you must vanquish the 4 Commodores before you can even reach my nephew. If his henchmen are involved in a larger scheme, one dedicated to obtaining additional artifacts, eliminating the 4 Commodores may negate the threat of an unprecedented world cataclysm. Cobalt must know where your heart lies. Will you accept the protection of our new nation? No, I'll be safe here. To put it in military parlance, this is my duty station. A seal protects this temple from evil. It will be standing long after Cobalt and we are gone. Pope Omat, do not worry about me, son. As long as I remain here, Cobalt cannot touch me. You have shared many details that an average soldier would not need to know. Why? Because you are not average soldiers, but... Oh no, don't put this bee on us again, about being God's chosen warriors of destiny. Okay, instead of telling you that, I'll ask you to think about something. Like what? As you travel around Scudelia and witness how the people are languishing under the Empire, ask yourselves this question every single day. Was it destiny or chance that led to your encounters with Andera Balzark and me? And what else? That's it, basically. The choices are yours. If you believe it was chance, then don't stay involved in the conflict. Just walk away and let the world continue on its path to wherever it was headed. But if you decide it was destiny, are you man enough to change the course of history? Nothing has been written, so don't look to me to share a divination of a happy ending. Whatever happens will be the consequences of the choices you people make every day. Damn it, your holiness. I would feel more comfortable if you tried to tell us what to do. That's not my place, my son. It's a matter between you, your conscience, and God. Good luck. Alright, we're just walking off the map. Once we freed Pope Omat from the military occupation of the evil Balformian Empire, or more precisely, Cobalt's attempted manipulation of his influential uncle, our Lake Cool operation ended on a better note than the provisional government expected. The Pope not only supported our movement, he asked us to defeat his nephew, the villain, Cobalt. But our feeling of victory was offset by the grim reminder of the Executor's potential power, not to mention the specter of a quaternary doom should Cobalt garner all 4 sages. As we marched into the wilderness, the magnitude of consequences weighed heavily on us all. Whenever I contemplated the obsession of my old friend Tusk, even though he might be dead, a sense of anxiety descended upon me, forcing me to concentrate harder on my duty. My responsibility to lead the guerrilla unit safely through unfamiliar terrain. Still, the crushing reality that Cobalt might destroy everything I held dear on Mildred Scars caused me sleepless nights, but I pressed onward, attempting to conceal my restiveness, knowing I would not relax until we solved that horrible mystery of the 4 sages, and hopefully seal their destructive power forever. I kept these musings private, unable to share them even with my best friend, Ein. Okay. Dark Victory. The Liberation Army wasted no time applying pressure to the best-laid plans of the 4 Commodores. Arcadia continued its southern expansion at a much faster rate than anyone was expecting. Headquarters made the decision to invade Belclad, the largest city in the southern region. Driving the Empire out of the south would not only bring Arcadia a huge military victory, it would deny Balformia a major source of wealth in the form of raw products, for the region was rich in resources, especially metal ores destined for mainland mills. Unwitting of Arcadia's increasing might, Cobalt and his forces were ill-prepared for the onslaught. These were heady days in Arcadia as the masses formed a coalition of unified ambition, and that was to dismantle the Gunarium and Dragonute ruling system forever. Once more, we found ourselves engulfed in a groundswell of popular change. Knowing we would still be required to win the actual battles, we wended our way toward Belclad. Alright, right off the bat. We are sneaking toward the enemy like bandits. This sort of fighting is cowardly. Oh, quit your bitching, Ein. This is what guerrilla units do. Can't you adapt to new tactics? Looks like I have no choice. This method is too subtle for an in-your-face style of fighter such as Ein. Yep, the lieutenant prefers to charge his enemies head-on. He wouldn't have lived this long if he was just an ordinary run-of-the-mill trooper. Alright, enough chatter. Get ready. We shouldn't spend too much time here. Try to kill the two mages in charge. Okay, and we can do that in the next episode. So if you guys like what you're seeing, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll have more Feda in the next one.